Hey there, focus learners. Welcome to your comprehensive Term 1 Mapeh Study Explainer. I'm going to be stepping into the role of your master teacher today to help you get perfectly prepared for your exams. We're going to break down the exact concepts you need to know from your curriculum. This explainer is designed to be your ultimate study companion, making sure all this vital information gets locked straight into your memory. Here is our roadmap for today. First, music and arts concepts. Then our physical education summary, followed by health and adolescence, and we'll wrap the whole thing up with a vocabulary and glossary section. Let's get right into it. Section 1, Music and Arts Concepts. So what actually is cultural identity? Basically, it's defined as the unique characteristics that define the heritage and spirit of a group of people. Why is this our starting line? Well, because understanding this one single concept is the glue that connects all the historical art, the traditional music, and the theatrical performances we study directly to our own modern lives. It's literally the lens through which we're going to view the rest of this module. Now check out this number, 3-4. In music, a 3-4 time signature isn't just some random beat. When we look at traditional musical forms, like the kundamen, this specific time signature is intentionally used to symbolize a massive emotional shift, specifically moving from sadness to hope. It's like a mathematical musical structure that directly conveys a really profound cultural feeling. Pretty cool, right? Let's pivot over to visual arts and look at the actual techniques and materials that physically build our cultural identity. First, we have akuyete, a local material that produces a vibrant red pigment for artwork. Then there's abaka, this incredibly durable, raw, local material that the Katituneros actually used to create their revolutionary banners and flags. We also have pukpok, which is this amazing, unique local technique or metal is rhythmically hammered to create intricate designs. And finally, Fernando Amorsolo's famous backlighting technique in his landscape paintings. He didn't just paint a sun. He used backlighting specifically to capture this distinct golden glow of the local sun. Notice how these very specific local materials and techniques physically build our cultural identity right before our eyes. Okay, time to test those analytical skills with the precise questions straight from your reviewer. We just talked about abaka being used by the Katipuneros, right? So, why would a revolutionary artist intentionally choose native woven fibers over, say, imported luxury fabrics to convey a political message? Take a second and think about the practical realities of that time. Well, according to your source material, here is the crucial point. Because native fibers were actually easier to export to foreign art galleries, it's a totally fascinating logistical advantage. The choice of material wasn't just symbolic. It had a highly practical application in getting their revolutionary message out into the wider world. Definitely keep that specific detail in your back pocket for the exam. Section 2, Physical Education Summary. This brilliantly illustrates the difference in mechanics between two major game classifications. On one side, we have the target game, perfectly shown by Pico. Why is Pico a target game and not an invasion game? Because players have to aim and throw a stone into a specific box, and it relies heavily on the physical skill of balance to stay within the boxes without touching the lines. Now contrast that with an invasion game, like Aguan Base. Here, the main objective of the attacking team is completely different. It is literally to capture the opponent's base, so it's precision on one hand versus territory on the other. Speaking of precise game mechanics, let's quickly break down Tumbang Preso. If you get assigned the role of the it, or the guard, you have very specific step-by-step priorities on the field. Your primary job is to guard the empty can. That's step 1. But crucially, if that can gets knocked down, step 2 kicks in, and your absolute first priority is to stand the can back upright. As for the rest of the players in step 3, they're actively out there utilizing and developing 3 specific skills: aiming, running, and dodging. Let's look at another traditional game and ask a quick physiological question. Why is hand-eye coordination strictly essential during the tossing and striking phase of Bati Koba? The answer boils down to visual tracking and physical contact. It allows the hitter to track the moving stick and make solid contact. It just goes to show how these traditional games aren't just fun pastimes. They directly and measurably develop our vital physical skills and coordination. Section 3, Health and Adolescence. 10 to 19. That age range is crucial for you to memorize. According to the World Health Organization, ages 10 to 19 is the typical age range for a person in the adolescence phase. This is the exact window where all of the major developmental changes occur. It is highly important for your exam that you can correctly contrast the two types of development happening between ages 10 and 19. First, we have physical changes. And what's the primary cause of these? Hormonal changes. But happening right alongside that, we have mental changes. The most significant mental change during this phase is the development of abstract thinking. This is your newfound capacity to think about complex and theoretical ideas, rather than just simple concrete facts. It's a huge leap in how you process the world. Section 4, Vocabulary and Glossary. All right, let's lock in our knowledge with a rapid-fire vocabulary glossary for your quick reference. First up, pomado. Just like we learned in our PE section, the pomado is the small, flat stone used as a throwing object in the traditional target game Pico. Remember, the pomado is your primary tool when practicing that vital skill of balance to avoid the lines. Next is entrada. In the world of 19th century theater, this grand entrada immediately set the stage and the tone for the audience. It is specifically the ceremonial entry, or grand entrance march, of the main characters onto the stage during a commedia performance. Jumping back to artistic concepts, we have parallel symbolism. This is a genuinely brilliant artistic device that compares love for a woman directly to the love for the motherland. It's a highly sophisticated way to connect deep, personal affection directly to a sense of national pride. And speaking of national pride, our next term is love of country. This is the primary theme expressed in the specific revolutionary song, Joslanong Baliwag. This powerful theme reveals the Filipino spirit during the struggle for independence, tying our musical heritage straight to our historical fight for freedom. Finally, let's look at the Commedia as a whole. It's a representative theatrical presentation that really flourished in the 19th century and revolutionary period. It was considered a significant tool because it beautifully reflects both colonial influence and local identity. A religious commedia primarily focuses on the lives of patron saints, while others feature exotic settings and moral themes of conflict. Oh, and here's a great detail to remember. Performers of this art form would often wear an accessory, like a colorful cloth sash, to proudly reveal their local identity on stage. As we wrap up your review with this explainer and you head into your exams, I want you to ask yourself one final question. How do all these concepts, 19th century art, traditional physical skills, and adolescent growth, combine to define your own cultural and personal identity? Seriously, think about this deeply, because understanding this material isn't just about passing a test. It is ultimately about understanding yourself and your heritage. Best of luck on your Term 1 Mapeh exams, focused learners. You are absolutely going to crush it.